to 48,000.
Yeah, sure.
Dennis decides not this time and sends the pot over to Annie.
Very standard poker there.
At the featured table, Eric Seidel trailing Scotty Ngyuen by 80,000. Blinds here are at 2,000 and 4,000.
That's really cool.
Ace Queen for Scotty.
9,000.
Raises to 9,000.
9 total.
Queen 5 suited for Seidel. He calls.
There goes that pattern theory that I was concerned about earlier. Scotty changing his raise amounts.
Eric pairs his 5.
But doing it with a variety of hands.
Scotty bets 10,000. Seidel thinks about it and then folds.
Just so pretty.
If you're Scotty, that's why you make those continuation bets. And perhaps having shown all those big hands earlier on is part of what factored into Eric laying down the best hand.
Back at the National Heads Up Poker Championship inside the Caesars Palace Tournament Poker Room, Eric Seidel attempts to cut into his chip deficit against Scotty Ngyuen here in the semifinals.
Not a huge deficit. Blinds at 3,000 and 6,000. Still plenty of play to both stacks.
GoDaddy.com Pocket Cam shows Ngyuen's Ace-7. He raises to 14,000.
Inferior version of a 7 there for Eric Seidel.
Right. He re-raises to 38,000.
Scotty raises on the button. Eric's re-raised.
24,000 more on top.
24,000 more.
Turn it for more, huh, baby? You got it.
Too much for Ngyuen, and Scotty mucks his hand.
Eric raised with the option a couple of times earlier. That's the first out-of-position re-raise I've seen.
What was your road? You had a tough road here, right?
Kara was the first one. Then it was Chris, and then Ellie, and then Doyle.
It's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah. Tough guys to beat.
It's a lot to wade through.
Yeah. No, there aren't any easy paths on this, though.
No.
A fast fold from Duke, and Dennis's aces are walking.
That was better than mine.
You got to tell I haven't even looked at my cards. I'm impressed.
I did. I could tell what my cards were. That was...
Phillps making that unexpected run at the 2008 main event. Truck company employee backed there by a big entourage, some of whom you see here cheering him on just like they did during his memorable emergence in 2008.
Phillps started his final table as chip leader. He followed down the ring all the way to third place. He and his supporters just lit up this poker theater.
A couple of friends from California come out here to do it. A couple of others from down in Florida that flew out here. So there's a good little group. There's about a half a dozen more that keep texting me and calling me that who knows, they might show up. I could look in the audience and see another group.
I don't know about those three guys. I smell mischief out of that corner. I've been here before. You got one checking for the principal. I know how this works.
Annie with ace-8 raises to 25,000. Jack-9 for Dennis. He calls. Dennis pairs his 9.
Check.
He checks.
He's checked out of position after defending his big blind. I think 100% of the times. I don't remember seeing him lead out on the flop here because he can bank on Annie making these continuation bets.
She bets 34,000.
Call.
Dennis calls.
Playing it safe. No check raising. Avoiding facing any potential 3-bets in these types of situations.
Phillps picks up a gut shot and has a bigger diamond. Both players check. 6 of clubs. Dennis's 9 still best.
Probably knows it's good here, but
a 9.
Checking just in case Annie wants to bluff at it.
Knuckled all the way down. Dennis rolls over the winner. Whoa.
Can that not happen again? Thank you.
I got some suspects in mind.
A certain entourage we mentioned earlier.
There they are. 3-man mugshot.
They said they were going to go find a truck warrant. I can't believe they did. On a Sunday? What's that?
That's the sound of the police! That's the sound of the police!
Grab your earplugs or your loot bags, because the Dennis Phillps party is in full effect here at Caesars, where we blurred the lines between a poker tourney and a hockey game.
That's the sound of the police!
Want a vacation like royalty? Let's take a sneak peek at the most exclusive, most magnificent destination, the villas at Caesars Palace. Measuring around 10,000 square feet, the villas are truly the lap of luxury. Watch a Blu-ray on the 120-inch screen in the media room. Shoot pool by the bar. Practice your swing at the golf simulator. And fall asleep with a spectacular view of the Las Vegas Strip. The villas at Caesars have hosted the likes of President Obama. And believe me when I say, you'll feel like the king of the world under this roof.
I sure hope security was a little tighter when the president was around, because I don't know how Leanne got into my room.
Remind me never to challenge her at golf, by the way. That was a nice swing. Blinds now at 8 and 16,000. King 10 suited for Annie.
Anyone can swing on a simulator. Come on.
She raises to 40,000. A7 for Dennis. He calls.
In her defense, though, Leanne's got some chops on the golf course.
She's got game. Dennis pairs his ace. Annie with the Broadway draw. Both players check. Deuce, no help to Duke. Check, check. 9 of spades. Dennis's ace is still good.
40,000.
He bets 40,000 and a fast fold for Annie.
The fact that we didn't see a continuation bet from Annie here makes me feel like she picked something up from Dennis, who had flopped the ace.
Yes. You have the button, you throw your hand on it.
Back at the featured table, Scotty Nguyen looks like he's recovered from the frightening truck horn incident. Still holds the chip lead over Eric Seidel.
He was spooked, wasn't he?
With ace-queen suited.
16, baby.
He raises to 16,000.
Pretty sure Dennis Phillps' entourage holds the unique distinction of being the only poker fans ever to put a truck horn to work at a tourney.
Eric with ace-8 calls. Broadway draw for Scotty. Both players check. Scotty pairs his queen. Seidel picks up a Broadway draw as well.
He's only drawn to a chop in this situation.
Eric bets 18,000.
Right.
Scotty raises to 93,000.
This is interesting. Not impossible for Eric to have him beat here, so he's raising to get Eric off a hand that potentially beats ace-queen, and the way he's playing it could look like ace-10 or 9-10 to Eric.
Seidel folds.
I get lucky. I get lucky on the turn. You will see.
That blinds up. Good for the game.
Blinds now at 5 and 10,000.
You will see. 2 queen, baby. 2 queen, baby.
2 queens is right. 3 queens is wrong.
Blinds are 5,000, 10,000.
Eric with 10-8 suited. Raises to 24,000. Queen Jack for Scotty. He calls.
Eric makes it 14 more.
Seidel not discouraged after having lost that last pot.
Scotty pairs his Jack
5-3.
and checks.
Checks.
Eric bets 20,000. Standard continuation bet, little less than half the pot.
Scotty calls.
Letting Eric do his dirty work again.
4 of diamonds means Seidel's drawing dead. Both players check.
Eric doesn't bite on the turn, and that's a bad-looking card for Queen Jack on the end. 4 to a straight on the board.
Pair checks.
Checks again. Win wins with his jacks.
And it's good.
Could have been a bluff opportunity there for Eric Seidel. A bet probably would have made Scotty sick to his stomach. Instead, he's got a 2-1 chip lead.
I need to go to that bathroom. It's okay with you.
That's the last.
You're playing some of the most exciting hands here so far.
Now we playing the game, huh, baby?
Caught with my pants down, got lucky.
It was pretty mesmerizing.
What?
I'm impressed.
Well, you're kind of in a pretty bad spot.
Awesome.
Don't you love this game?
Stay right here. The conclusion of the semifinals still ahead. More from the National Heads Up Poker Championship after this.
Poker takes a tremendous amount of concentration, and having one of those horns going off in the audience, I think that's appropriate for a hockey game when you're in a stadium. I just don't think it's appropriate for a poker match. That actually really bothered me.
That not happen again?
When you're playing heads up, you're playing pretty much every hand that you're dealt. It takes a tremendous amount of concentration, a tremendous amount of mental energy. I know it's not Dennis, by the way. I mean, it's just the people in his audience. You gotta work through it and not let it tilt you.